Welcome back to Panda Pen Club. Today I'm going to be reviewing a Picasso fountain pen. Picasso, aka Pimio, a Chinese fountain pen brand with some involvement with France. I think possibly some of the nibs are made in France, which also has this alternative name, Pimio. Now I like Picasso fountain pens, really compelling and absorbing writers. Picasso also has a reputation as a bit of a conglomerate, and I believe it owns quite a lot of individual brands or buys up individual brands, and it's been known to buy up promising brands and then not really do anything with that promise, more just to move them out the way perhaps. So that's a bit of a distressing maneuver. However, they do make very nice fountain pens, and despite the fact I'm parading this little boutique-ish bag around, I have indeed been using this pen since early March when I ordered it. But it came with this bag. I was in quarantine when I ordered this, and it arrived folded up with the little bag and the little box as if to synthesize the shopping experience for me, which is very, very, very thoughtful. The box comes like this. It's quite a sleek and cool looking box, and the box fits the identity of the pen itself. The pen itself is a stealth pen. What is a stealth pen? A stealth pen is an all-black fountain pen. I have two stealth pens right here, and you probably didn't even notice them because they're stealthy. The thing about stealth pens is they're all black, including the nib. This is a Sailor 1911 black luster with an all black or black and grey colour scheme. I started looking into this with all my concerted research powers. I discovered there are many different forms of the colour black. This is the other stealth pen which I was stealthily wearing. It's a Leonardo Momento Zero all black, or black and grey in this case. So what is this thing people have with black fountain pens? Is it connotations with ninjas? Is it Darth Vader? Is it the Sheriff of Nottingham, as played in a momentous scenery-chewing performance by Alan Rickman? He wears a lot of black.
Cancel the kitchen scraps for lepers and orphans. No more merciful beheadings. And call off Christmas.
We're reviewing a fountain pen which happens to be black. The Picasso 916, or Pimio 916. We have a little rhomboid sleeve, very stylish, and we have this very quality, almost Moon Man-esque quality box with pricing information on the back. So good tough box, you could reuse this for all manner of minor storage challenges. And in the box we have our pen. Very bijou little pen it is too. Underneath our separator we have various bits of tat. We have a bookmark. We have a little cardette. We have an extensive manual. Not seeking but searching. Not seeking but searching. Like playing it cool? Is that what that means? I don't know. And on the bookmark it says Malaga, the birthplace of Picasso. The Picasso emblem is subtly replicated. You can see it more definitively there. It's some sort of cubist female face. It's not a weeping woman. In fact, I'm struggling to identify which Picasso portrait this is styled after. I think there's one called a woman in beret, maybe. That's as much research as I did, I'm afraid, on that bit. This is an all-metal pen. It's very small. For me, that's one of the key features that I feel I should get across to you as a responsible reviewer of fountain pens. It is 136 millimeters long, as you see it now, capped. It is 120.5 millimeters long, uncapped, as you see it now. And perhaps now you'll see one of its defining features. Really good matte black on the nib of this pen. They've really gone for it with the stealth aspect. If we compare this to, say, the Sailor black luster, blackness of this nib on the Pimio or Picasso is substantially greater. Much more of a hole in the universe, this one. And it's good to see that degree of follow-through on the whole stealth concept, particularly since, well, I've just ably explained, I think, why the colour black is so highly regarded. All the power and mystique of cultural icons. But they're a very dinky little pen. If you post it for writing, it is 153 millimeters, and the pen is quite happy posted. The balance is nice. It's all metal, but Without being posted, there isn't really enough heft to this pen in my book. Capped or with or posted, the weight is 27 grams. Unposted, the weight is a mere 16 grams. And I'm not entirely sold on the balance without being posted. Once you've got that in your hand, it's long enough, right? Well, yes, but it's a very narrow section. That's the other thing I would say. If you've got smaller hands, perhaps not a problem. Perhaps not a problem at all. It's a shame because I love writing with this pen. However, doesn't quite comfortably hold. The writing sensation itself is really gorgeous. I'll get onto that shortly. The materials, all metal, the only exceptions being the plastic feed, the plastic cap lining, and elements of the converter. The Picasso signature is visible in 2 locations on this pen. The first of them is on the section. It's very subtle, but it's there. The second of them is on the converter itself. So that is the signature, which looks like this. The logo, the not weeping woman, the very together cubist woman, is present on the nib itself and on the cap just below the clip. It posts nicely. You get a nice tight fit there, nice and secure, and a lovely little pop of air when you pull it off. When you cap it, look at that, very nicely made, very reassuring. Clink clunk, there, done, seal. No looseness, no rattle whatsoever. Equally well made are the metal on metal threads. Draw the section into the shaft of the pen, and they're very nice fine threads that don't get cross-threaded or awkward very easily. Very secure, very tight, no rattles, nothing of that nature at all. The clip is, if anything, and this is an unusual remark from me, but it's perhaps a little too tight. Perhaps a slightly sort of resentful clip. You can see, quite difficult to, quite difficult to really resolutely tight. It's a little bit like a dog with a beloved pet chicken in its mouth that you're trying to coax out before it has a heart attack. Even only half clipped, because of the shallowness of my pocket, this would easily pass the upside down test. Really tight clip, if anything, too tight, but really is on message with the rest of this pen, which is just, it's a tight, neat, precise little entity. If it wasn't so small, if this could be more on the sizing parameters of the Sailor, it doesn't look that much bigger, but my lord, those extra little millimeters of circumference and so on really do make for a totally different writing experience. This is just very slimline. It's like writing with a daffodil, sort of a little too delicate for me. Maybe I'm just a nasty old brute and I want nasty old brutish pens. Maybe I don't deserve stealthy, nimble, discreet little pens. Well, that would be a shame because I do like writing with this pen. I'm going to show you in the writing sample. So, the Picasso. X916 Stealth Pen. Yamaguri ink from the lovely people at Pilot. Always splendid, always divine, as are the glorious and sensitive folk at Muji, who produce the A5 notepad I am writing on. And very smooth and delectable it is as well. There's good ink flow on this pen. It just keeps going. It's really dependable, it's serviceable, it's well made. Right, it's much nicer posted than unposted, in my estimations at least. The key problem point for me is this tiny little section. Lovely panda seeks jinxed zebra for quick game of whist. It's smooth to the point of unctuousness. Unctuousness. It's steady, velvety, it's like velvety with a Vaseline edge. It's a really, really nice writer. I don't want to sell it short. I really like the way Picasso pens write. This is a really nice writing experience. It's a cool looking pen. Stealth pens can sometimes be a little pricier than their blundering, obvious counterparts. Brilliant, precise job with the engineering. And if you have smaller hands and you have some covert operations to complete in the near future, I would strongly recommend you get this pen. For me, it's a little too slimline. For others, that may not be the case. If you've enjoyed watching this review, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Panda Pen Club channel on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.